It was a bright, busy afternoon in Onitsha, the kind of day where the sun beamed down on the crowded streets, and the town buzzed with life. The women, dressed in their vibrant, traditional wrappers, flowed in and out of shops, their laughter echoing through the open marketplace. Traders called out their prices, and children ran after one another, their bare feet kicking up dust. In the heart of this commotion, one name was spoken more than others: Tochi, the best hairdresser in the entire town. Her salon, situated at the far corner of the market, was always bustling with women eager to sit in her chair. I remember the first time I saw her. Tochi was a woman in her early 30s, with skin the color of polished ebony and eyes that sparkled with a mix of intelligence and ambition. Her fingers, swift and graceful, moved through hair like an artist's brush on a canvas. She was gifted, there was no doubt about that. Her salon attracted women from near and far, and even the wealthiest of the town's inhabitants waited for hours just to have her touch their hair. But it wasn't just her skill that drew attention, it was her rapid rise to wealth. Tochi, who had started with a small, modest shop, now owned the largest salon in town. Her dresses were always made of the finest fabrics, and her jewelry sparkled in the sunlight. She drove the latest car. Her house was the envy of the town, and her life seemed like a dream. It didn't take long before people began to wonder, how could a hairdresser accumulate so much wealth so quickly? I often heard the whispers. It started quietly at first, from the market women who would glance at her salon and murmur among themselves, "There's something strange about it." One would say, "No one gets that rich from doing hair." Another would add, shaking her head, yet no one had any proof. And Tochi continued her work, her smile warm and welcoming to all who entered. I used to pass by her salon every day on my way to the market. There was always a long line of customers, and I often marveled at how quickly her business had grown. I had heard the rumors too, but I dismissed them. Tochi seemed too kind, too genuine. But as the months passed, more and more stories began to surface. It was said that after each appointment, Tochi would sweep the hair off the floor and keep it for herself. Not just to dispose of it, but to take it to a powerful herbalist in a nearby village. The story was that the herbalist used the strands of hair for rituals. Rituals that would bring Tochi wealth beyond her wildest dreams. At first, I didn't believe it. It seemed absurd, too far-fetched to be true. But the more I heard, the harder it became to ignore. It wasn't just the wealth that was strange, it was the way Tochi never seemed to tire, never seemed overwhelmed despite the endless flow of customers. One afternoon, I overheard two women talking near the market. I swear, one of them whispered, "I saw her take the hair and put it in her apron pocket. She thought no one was looking." The other woman gasped. "Are you sure?" she asked, her voice shaking. The first woman nodded. "She's been taking the hair to that herbalist. That's why her salon is always full." The rumor spread like wildfire after that. People began to talk more openly about Tochi and the strange circumstances surrounding her wealth. Yet, her salon remained as busy as ever. Women still flocked to her, eager to have their hair transformed by her skilled hands. It seemed that no matter how many rumors circulated, no one could resist her talent. Then one day, something extraordinary happened. It was a Friday afternoon, and I was passing by Tochi's salon on my way to the market. As usual, the place was crowded, with women chatting and laughing as they waited their turn. But there was one customer who caught everyone's attention. She was sitting in Tochi's chair, her back straight, her posture regal. Her beauty was unlike anything I had ever seen. Her skin was flawless, her features delicate, and her hair, oh, her hair, it flowed down her back like a waterfall of silk, long, thick, and impossibly shiny. Everyone in the salon fell silent as Tochi worked on the woman's hair. I stood near the doorway, watching as Tochi's fingers moved through the locks with more care than I had ever seen her use before. She was focused, her eyes gleaming with something that I couldn't quite place. And then, as if in slow motion, I saw her take a small pair of scissors from her apron and discreetly snip a few strands of the woman's hair. She slipped the hair into her pocket, her movements smooth and practiced. No one else seemed to notice, but I did. The woman in the chair smiled as she admired her reflection in the mirror, oblivious to what had just happened. She thanked Tochi and left the salon, her long hair swaying behind her. Tochi's smile never wavered, but I could see the excitement in her eyes. She had collected the hair, just as the rumors said. That evening, Tochi made her way to the herbalist's home, just as she had done countless times before. She handed him the strands of hair, eager to receive the wealth and success that had become her expectation. The herbalist performed the ritual, as he always did, chanting words in a language that only he understood. But as the night wore on, something went wrong. That night, Tochi had a dream. She was standing by the river, her feet sinking into the wet sand. The air was thick with mist, and the only sound was the gentle lapping of water against the shore. She looked up and saw a woman standing in the distance, her long hair flowing in the wind. As the woman approached, Tochi's heart began to race. The woman's face was familiar. It was the same woman from her salon, but there was something different about her now. Her eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and her voice, when she spoke, sent chills down Tochi's spine. "You have taken what does not belong to you," the woman said, her voice soft but filled with power. "There are consequences for your greed." Tochi woke with a start, her heart pounding in her chest. She brushed the dream off as nothing more than a figment of her imagination. But deep down, a seed of fear had been planted. The next morning, things began to unravel. The first sign came when her salon, usually brimming with customers by noon, remained empty. By the afternoon, only a few women had stopped by, and they left quickly, complaining of headaches and nausea. Tochi tried to brush it off, telling herself that it was just a slow day. But as the days turned into weeks, it became clear that something was terribly wrong. Her wealth, once overflowing, began to disappear. The money she had saved vanished without explanation. Her expensive jewelry went missing, and her lavish home was suddenly riddled with problems, leaks, electrical issues, and infestations. It was as though her entire life was falling apart. One afternoon, Tochi confided in me. Her face was pale, her eyes hollow. "I don't know what's happening," she whispered. "Everything I worked for is slipping away." I didn't have the heart to tell her what I had seen, but I could feel the weight of her guilt pressing down on her. She knew, deep down, that this was a result of her actions. She had tampered with forces beyond her understanding, and now she was paying the price. That night, the woman from the dream returned. This time, she wasn't just a vision. Tochi woke to find the woman standing at the foot of her bed, her long hair glowing in the darkness. "You were warned," the woman said, her voice soft but firm. "You cannot undo what has been done." Tochi screamed, but no one came to her aid. The woman disappeared, leaving behind an icy chill that settled into Tochi's bones. She knew then that her fate was sealed. The next morning, Tochi went to the herbalist, begging him to reverse the ritual. But the herbalist shook his head. "I warned you," he said. "There is nothing I can do now." Desperate, Tochi tried everything: prayers, offerings, even visiting other herbalists in nearby towns. But nothing worked. Her salon closed down, her home was sold, and her once vibrant spirit was crushed under the weight of her own greed. In the end, Tochi disappeared from Onitsha, her name whispered only in cautionary tales. Some say she wandered from village to village, seeking redemption but never finding it. Others believe that the mermaid cursed her to roam the earth in eternal poverty. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain, Tochi's story became a lesson for all who heard it, a reminder that greed, when left unchecked, can lead to one's destruction. And now, whenever I pass by the empty building where her salon once stood, I can't help but feel a chill in the air. The town moved on, but Tochi's story remains etched in the hearts of those who knew her, a tale of wealth, deceit, and the consequences of tampering with forces beyond our control. Because sometimes, the things we take come back to take something from us in return.